I think that every agency has a different way of how they do like to share their creative work with a client. And I also think every client reacts differently. So there's no secret recipe for how you need to share your creative. However, there are a few things I think that we have seen and learned that help you set up the creative for the best way for the client. And the first is know what the deliverable is in that final presentation. I think that that's very important. I think that, you know, in our process, I can speak to our process, we try to always make sure that everyone is clear on what those expectations for every step in the process are, but certainly for the final presentation. And I think it goes back to something that Megan said earlier when we were kind of talking about the team and knowing the assignment and what is that assignment deliverable that needs to be shared. And if there's any gray area, just communicate. And because I think it's important for you as the agency to know what a client is anticipating that they will see at that final presentation. So have clarity on what needs to be delivered. A couple other things, I think. It's a little bit of a gamble to only show one idea. And I know some agencies come in with it and they're excited and they want to own it and they believe in it. But the problem there is in case the client doesn't like it, that was the only thing that you've shared with them. And I think that the other thing that sort of does a little bit of a disservice for an agency is it doesn't allow for the client to see your creative range and your creative chops beyond just one concept. And so I think even if you go in with two, at least it gives them some sense of they can flex. So if we are giving them a campaign assignment, we know that they can come back with a few ideas that we can explore together. And I think lastly, a little bit of advice was if you're asked for a big idea or for a platform, you do not need to show how it's executed in every single channel. I think that that's important because it does become death by a thousand cuts. And if it is truly a big idea or a big platform, and you show in just a few examples of how it can be executed, everyone gets it. We understand. You can see how a big idea would live in all of those channels. It is not necessary to share every single social media platform example that exists.